What's up, guys? Wes back with Auto Mafia once again with Project Hurricane. Today, we're getting rid of our stage 1. Now that means we're getting rid of the air raid tube and the AFE filter in here, and we're actually going with a Steeda. So, we're gonna put it on the dyno, see if we make any more horsepower. This is the only intake on the market that is tune required for these V6s. So we're gonna test it out, and we're gonna take it to the track tonight. We are going to be testing it with normal fuel, and then we're going to swap over to C85 and test it again, see if we make any more power, and hopefully run a lower 12 tonight. Also, hood's going back on. So pretty simple, guys. Literally just going to take off a couple of worm clamps and take the top intake off. There we go, all off. Take our AFE power off. Still looks clean, still looks good. Thing, we got to take the stock box out. It's just one 10mm. And then it pops out from the bottom. Set it with the rest of our stuff. Now we got lots of room. Here, guys, we got to take our stock intake box and we're going to pull the rubber grommets off. So that one's come off, and pull that one off, and toss it in there. And then they go back right into here. I guess the Steeda intake will somehow use them, so we're putting those back in there. The next step, guys, we're going to get these little bitty washers right here and the nuts. It's a 3/8 and then an Allen key, and we're going to bolt the scoop to that hole. Get that done. Alright, next thing, guys, is we're just putting in the math. Basically, at the bottom, there's this little divot, and that's where the math sensor goes in, and then you twist it up. So, we're going to put it in downward facing like that, slide it through, and then turn it. And then it has the holes that line up. So, we'll put, I believe it's these bare ones in there, and then they'll be attached. Now, next, but obviously not least, we got to put the massive air filter on, and don't forget your worm clamp first. So we're literally just going to slide that sucker on there. It fits pretty easy. We're going to leave it about there so it's even, and then we're going to tighten up our worm clamp down there. Obviously, this piece goes into the factory kind of cold piece. And then it says to reuse this gasket, which came out of the top piece right here on the stock cold air. So we pulled that out with the bolt and the insert, because that's going to go, you know, about like that, and we'll put the insert and everything in, but we got to bolt that to there, and then this bracket goes this way underneath that as well. We're going to bolt these on, and then we'll bolt it to the car. So at this point, I'm going to disagree with Steeda's directions, unless I just read them wrong. I'm going to take the filter back off so that I have room to put on the brackets. So, filter is now off that hole, because otherwise the filter was actually in the way of getting to that hole, and it would have made putting these ones on easier as well. So let's tighten that up real quick, and then we'll put our filter back on. So these are the only brackets that you really need to worry about. They're what holds it in. We'll just nice and easy put them on, make sure they're cinched. Okay, now we can put this thing back on. So we'll get that on, we'll tighten it up. You gotta use these two pieces on the bottom right here so that they fit into those two gaskets down there. There's a lot of assembly on this thing. So these are threaded, so we'll just stick them on with the bolt and we'll call it good. Okay, so we got that all on now, and I believe we're actually good to go ahead and put it in the hole. However, there is a grommet that's gonna go here too. We push the nipples down in the grommets, and we're gonna tighten up that screw so we have it in the right spot. There we go. So we'll get that tightened up so it's not going anywhere, and that'll hold the intake still. Obviously, we have it in that slot here, and we're going to start with our math and then put our piping on. Next step, we went ahead and added all of that so that it can seal against the hood. Alright, guys, so the next piece we're doing is we got to stick a nipple in a hole. Pretty easy, right? Yeah, that's literally just going to go in there. It's going to attach here. So I can't do it at the same time as I'm holding the camera, but I'm going to stick that in there. You guys are going to be tempted to put it in all the way. Don't do that, because it's got to have room to clip. So don't push it in all the way, and then just put a worm clamp on it. Next thing to do, guys, simply going to take out the MAF sensor. That's that bad boy. Take that out and stick it in right there. Guys, we have it out, and this usually can't go in upside down, but sometimes it can. You want to make sure that open hole is where the air is flowing towards. So we're going to slide her in just like that and grab our new screws and put them on. So there you go. We got the intake on. Last thing we have to do is we got to put one of these little grommets that doesn't have a hole in it. That one right there. It doesn't go all the way through like the other one. Onto the bottom, up under there. That way it's sealed, and then this intake install is complete. It does need a tune, so you cannot run a Steeda intake without a tune. So we're gonna get a fresh tune on it, and we'll crank her up, see how she does. Here we go, guys. Last but not least, we put our silver Steeda sticker on there so everybody knows what it is. And it's looking good and ready to go.